This one's for all the real hip hop fans. What is the name of this artist? If you said MF Doom, you're wrong, but let me explain. If you watched my last video, then you would know the name of that artist is not MF Doom. It's actually Zev Love X, and he's part of the group KMD, which you guys are probably like, Ren, you already talked about the upbringing of KMD and how that connects to MF Doom. What are you talking about? Hold on. So in another video, I mentioned two names, Zev Love X and MF Doom, but I never really told you why he chose these names. And by the way, he got like 3 other personalities. Now, like I mentioned earlier, his name was Zev Love X, and little do you know, that has meaning to it. Now, an interesting thing is when you spell Zev Love X backwards, you get X evolves. Many people say that the X refers to Malcolm X, and I wouldn't really be surprised because Doom is also Muslim, mentioning it multiple times in his raps. See, me, I took this as X being Doom and Doom saying that he's about to evolve into something new, which we later on see happen when he adopts the name MF Doom. Now let's talk about the whole MF. For those that don't know, the letters MF, yes, they stand for metal face or metal fingers, which we're gonna get into later, but the MF originally came from MF Grimm. For those who don't know who MF Grimm is, get your notebooks out because it's time for a history lesson. For the people who may call this story inaccurate, this is from the MF Grimm himself. Let's get into it. Now, if you guys remember from my last video, I had mentioned that after DJ Subrock had passed away, Zev Love X decided that he wasn't gonna make music no more. And then he got homeless and then he decided he was gonna make music again. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention was he actually ended up linking up with somebody during this whole period. And that person was MF Grimm. And in the words of MF Grimm, him and Doom literally struggled together, going through the motions of trying to be a big star. Everybody telling them they crazy for trying to be independent and all this extra stuff. It actually kind of reminds me of a story that I went through. But sadly, one day along the line, MF Grimm ended up going to prison, and for those couple of years, it was just Doom out here. But in Grimm's words, Doom carried it on. And something else I found out was that for MF Grimm, the MF stood for Manhattan's Finest or Mother. Shut your mouth. Someone else he told me to look into was the rapper Curious, who supposedly housed the two. It was actually there with the artist named Keo and MF Grimm where Doom did his debut project. And something I find crazy is how truly humble this man has become, because he told me specifically that though MF Doom got the MF from him, MF Doom was Doom before he even met Grimm. So if you guys haven't already, don't forget to show love to MF Grimm and hand him his flowers. Now, if you guys remember, I had mentioned that for Doom, MF has 2 different meanings, metal face and metal fingers. And if you didn't already know, metal fingers is actually Doom when he's producing, literally only for production. With Metal Fingers, Doom has a series, it's an album series called Special Herb, where it's literally just straight instrumentals by him. And I'm actually surprised we have not seen a producer sample these, but that's the story behind the name MF Doom. Doom took MF from Grimm just to honor him, which I respect. Up next, we're gonna talk about some of Doom's other personalities, such as King Ghidorah. So if you're ready for part 3, don't forget to like, follow, and comment down below.